And after the live, please make sure to hit that like button as we'll help push this through the analytics and help more people see the midday market report. These are only anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes, but I like to go through the market. So I appreciate everybody who does tune into the midday market reports and you find some kind of value here. Today we'll be going over, we'll end with XRP, but we're going to go through the market. We'll start with the Dow, we'll go through the DXY, the crude oil, see how we're going to end the week, see how the 10-year government bond looks like it's going to play out. Then we'll just go down the list here very quickly. So I'm going to timestamp this. I expect most people who will watch this won't be here during the live. I don't think it's a very sexy appeal. But with that being said, I do appreciate doing the midday market report, and I'm appreciative that it's been getting between 600 and 800 views. I think the lowest was 550, but I think the right people are finding the midday market report, so I'm going to continue doing them. And then whoever enjoys them, I would greatly appreciate, your comments, not just during the live, but also in the comments. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people during the lives during the market reports. Nick, welcome in. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. So good mid-afternoon, 3:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, September 22nd, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Devin, welcome in. I appreciate you tuning in on the market report. So we've got the Dow Jones right now up 43 points at about 34,111. It's closing the week with some bearish sentiment here. It's not exactly looking strong. It's closing outside of the formation. So this would be a pretty substantial close here in my opinion. Yes, you're still on the 200-day. So you're still going to be looking for a close around the 33,850 area and below. But right now we've closed outside of this pattern formation for the first time, it looks like. The market closes in 43 minutes in the stock market, so I really think that this is a big issue here for the Dow if it continues this way. But this could be the first step of a breakdown. Messi, welcome in. Sully, good afternoon, buddy. How are you? The Focus, I appreciate the midday market reports. I am blessed to hear that. I know it's not as popular, but I think there's some who find true value in it as I do, because if you understand the market, you understand what's coming next. So that's with the Dow. So look at the fact that we're starting to reverse down a little bit, and that means we could have a bearish bias to start the week. So the DXY is at about 105 spot 559. This is no surprise to the community. We still are waiting for the push up because the technical play up here should be to about the 106 spot 80 level roughly. So that's what I'm looking at. Christian, man, lost all my XRP and XLM due to a ledger scam 2 weeks ago. 25,000 XRP and 23,000 XLM. Now rebuilding on Uphold. Got 2,200 XRP and 1,000 XLM. Hopefully the markets give me a few more weeks to keep. Oh my goodness. What do you mean what do you mean you lost your XRP on the XRP ledger? Or do a ledger scam? So were you on like XRP ledger or like, I don't understand. That's I don't like reading that. But if you could further expand, so maybe you can save somebody else from having the similar experience. Miss Vicky, welcome in. Love. I'm so appreciative you tuned into the midday market report. I know it's got to be chaotic where you're at right now this time of the day. Omar, good afternoon. I greatly appreciate you tuning in as always. Alex, that is crazy. And welcome in, my friend. That is something I don't want to read about. I mean, I'm glad you shared it, but that's something I hate to see. That happened to somebody in the community. Jan, welcome in, love. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry, I just had to go get my water. I left it on the counter. But I'm so appreciative that everybody who's in here right now. Like I've noticed I don't like to look to see how many people are in here. I like to just know that there's people talking and there's people that are enjoying this. So like I might not know how many people are hitting the like button all the time. Make sure you hit the like button as it will greatly help push us through the analytics. It will help more people see the midday market report as I find true value in it. We'll also talk XRP at the very end. We're still heavily awaiting John Deaton, what he says. So I wanted to put this out. Trying to message. I was being silly. Trying to message Ledger support on Twitter and it was the wrong. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you were being facetious. So this is what I'm looking at for the Dow. Basically, we're looking for a melt-up scenario. Wrong account with 69,000 followers, more than the correct Ledger support page. I was trying to set up a trust. Oh, shit. So that actually did happen. I thought you were saying you were being silly at first, but now I got to read the rest. Oh, Christ. Well, at least you're letting people know. So everybody pay attention to that. Pay attention to that, what we're reading, what we're seeing. So let's continue through this. We've got 5.5 minutes. Wow, 38 people, 21 likes. Make sure to hit that like button. And as we continue through this real quick, because I want to release this in a timely fashion, because John Deaton's going to be talking soon. So we could have a melt up here, or at least saying what he's going to say, supposedly. So around the 109 level. Then we come into crude oil. We have what looks like the rounding of the bottom. So we have 93.73 as major resistance. But we're looking to complete these cup and handles. First layer should get us up to here. It could very well push us to 109, 110 on crude oil. And then 120 area in the near future. Thank you for sharing this with everybody, Christian. I greatly appreciate it. I know it's a shame that people do that kind of. It really is. U.S. government bonds 10-year yield down 1.2%. So right now in a 10-year yield, you get 4.44% on your money. But if the yield curve is inverted, on a 2-year, even a 6-month, you get over 5.25. So you're talking about you let them have your money for 2 years, they'll give you 5.3, but you can only get 4.4 over 10. I mean, it's not a great return. You never want to see an inverted yield curve. So if this continues playing out, we don't need the consolidation here, but the next level would continue going up, and then you get a proper right around the 5% area. So we don't know if it's going to go parabolic. It could very well. This could very well be off to the races here. They're trying to encourage like foreign entities, let's just say, from dropping our government bonds. And in the States, if you have a government bond, you're getting a 4.4% yield over 10 years on average. That's not good enough when interest rates are much higher in real terms than 4.4%. Nominal wages haven't even gone up properly to cover. Even 4.4%, that's not a lot. The gold-silver ratio is at 81.75. Still, it still looks like it's indecisive. It looks to me like it wants to try to make another leg up. But with the instability of the dollar, this could still be a little bear flag playing out. And this very well could find itself somewhere down in the mid-70s to low 70s. That would only be in a scenario where silver's falling faster than gold. And that very well could happen. And why do I say that? If we look at the gold chart, gold right now is on this descending triangle. We know the breakdown to 1792 or the break up to 2029. I'm more under the impression that this is going to be bearish up here. And then we should start breaking down if the US dollar is going to go up. So I believe there's going to be better opportunities to continue stacking your precious metals. But I believe we're in a more of a likelihood that we're going to start breaking down here. And I think the weekly's pointing to that right now. This weekly candle closes in 2.5 minutes. That to me looks like the opposite of a dragonfly doji. This is looking like a gravestone, signifying that we're probably top bottoming out here. The fact that we had a nice candle here and we couldn't force our way out and we are going to close way down here, that's not a very strong sign for gold, at least in this form. And then silver, we have the same thing figured out, but look at the drops. If this plays out, this is in the top formation. So let's just say we come from here, a break up, whoops. It's just a little bit difference of the moves. So if the move is going up 22% or going down 22%, to where gold, the entirety of these moves, it's not going to be 22%. It's just not. You got a 4.6% move and about a 7.6 to the way down. So you're talking 22% compared to 7. So if it's a move up, you can see how that gold-silver ratio, you know, it doesn't look like it could be intensifying here. It looks like we could be turning the other way here in the short term. So that's something that you must consider. B2 gold's going to continue falling down here in the short term. It's down to $3.09. We should be getting a rejection here anytime to start pushing to the bottom of the formation like I'm waiting for. We've got the first purchase at $2.99. I want to get the rest as it works its way from $2.99 down to $2.21. I had sold out at almost $5 the last time I sold out, and I'm just buying back in now. So this is how I'm doing it. This was my plan. So from there, now every 20% down, which should get me another buy-in all the way down to here, at least maybe a buy-in and a half. So by the time it gets down here, I want to have about 5 grand in B2 Gold. Right now, I've got about 2,200 with current market price. I put 2,078 in so far. So basically, I'm going to double that investment, maybe a little bit more on the way down. And it pays over 5% dividend right now. But as it goes up, it's going to be paying a bigger and bigger dividend as the price goes down, I should say. But it's extremely, that's a sleeping giant. Fortuna Silver Mines is great if you like silver, but it doesn't pay a dividend, so I don't have as much faith because I like companies that pay a dividend. And now, XRPs, I'm going to try to keep these to 10 to 15 minutes, so it's not crazy. Some days will go longer. 5165 up 1.85%. Whoops. What the hell one was that? I'm in the weekly. Oh, that was the 19 cents. We'll just put it down there because that's signifying the 2020 uptrend. Okay, so right now we're still being rejected at 524. We're being rejected here. This is a long leg doge. Well, I guess it could be a little bit worse. I think this is going to try to stretch a little higher. It's going to stretch a little bit higher to confirm this long leg doji here, I think. So maybe we could stretch all the way to 524. Maybe it just stretches up to 52 cents. But with that, I think we're going to start the reversal soon here. Especially if we get rejected at 524. And that could bring us down to the 41 cent and then ultimately 38 cents. This is the rising channel. But pay attention. I still think we're going to reverse down eventually here. But this is a better interpretation. We're in the rising channel. And this technically can bring us up to this 53 or even 54 cent area. But I circled here on purpose because that could be where we end up breaking up to or ultimately get rejected around 54. Now, if we break above this, then we would try to make a run to the rising channel at 61 cents. But there's a lot in between that have to happen. We do have the death cross here and rising channels as we see right now in the short term. Those are bearish reversals at the top. So consider that. So I think 54 cents very well where I circled. That's where I think is going to be the immediate move. But then after we break this formation, I think it ends up breaking down more than likely. And we will more than likely retest the 2020 uptrend unless, as I've been asking for, volume comes in. If we can get volume on this formation and invalidate the structure, first we have to get over 54 cents and ultimately break 61 cents and continue running out of this area. You break 61 cents and hold it, you break that rising channel, you've now invalidated this death cross legitimately. Other than that, this death cross is still playing out, and we want to go into the weekly golden cross. So we're just trying to sufficiently end this death cross. But the problem is it's suggesting that we should have one move down to 38 cents still. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Make sure you hit that like button. I'll be back shortly once I see what's going on with John Deaton. I want to end this so I can see what's going on. Also, if you want to show me support just by hitting that like button or subscribing. If you want to do anything other than that, I don't like to mention donations anymore. I don't like to mention the army. If you want to do anything over the top, that's up to you. It's in the video description below. It'll be in the pinned comments. But that is up to you. The only thing you need to do is hit that like button and share this and be an active member in the audience. And it makes me happier than anybody can ever imagine. I'll keep you updated on with John Deaton. And I'm going to go do the due diligence right now. Hopefully everybody's on the right page with the midday market report. The only thing else I didn't share was Bitcoin. And being a midday market report, we have to see where Bitcoin stands. It's still below the death cross. It's still getting rejected. But the only thing is in the daily, it's still over 26,500. The significance of this area is if you hold this, you technically start a reversal. But it does look overly bearish here still. It's just if we get volume, we might be able to try to invalidate this lagging indicator. Other than that, without volume, we're in some trouble here. And the technical target for Bitcoin, now that we've satisfied the 25,194 on a bearish tone, your target would be all the way down here. It's going to be somewhere around 23,000. So that's what we have to pay attention to. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all so much, Miss Vicky. Have a great day. Everybody else who's watching, I love each and every one of you. And I'll be back shortly with the John D.